Tonight on KVR News, Perry is out. Why the GOP candidate has stepped down from the presidential race.
A historic music venue in Austin closes its doors for good.
And why 2016 graduates have a lot to look forward to.
You're watching KVR News, live, local, UT coverage.
Broadcasting live from the Texas Student Television Studios at the University of Texas. You're watching KVR News at 9, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage. Your news starts right now.
Good evening and welcome back to KVR News for Monday, September 14th. I'm Cassandra Jaramillo.
And I am Connor Barrick. Thank you for joining us.
Former Texas Governor Rick Perry officially dropped out of the 2016 presidential campaign this past Friday. 16 Republican candidates are left, including Donald Trump and Ted Cruz.
Even with Perry dropping out, Texas is still getting a lot of campaign action. Current GOP frontrunner Donald Trump had a rally for a crowd estimated at 20,000 in Dallas. Speaking at the American Airlines Center, Trump addressed issues like immigration, China, and even picked on two of his main competitors, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush and Dr. Ben Carson. Leading up to the rally, several hundred protesters marched to the event center, showing their opposition to Trump's immigration issues.
Trump is set to appear on the main stage for Wednesday night's GOP debate on CNN. The primetime debate begins at 8 p.m. with GOP frontrunners, and the first round debate between Rick Santorum, Bobby Jindal, George Pataki, and Lindsey Graham begins at 6 p.m. At 8 a.m. this morning, the Rowan County Clerk's Office welcomed Kim Davis back to work. Davis gained national media attention after defying a federal court order to issue same-sex marriage licenses. The ongoing controversy captivated the nation and personified the battle between same-sex marriage and religious freedom. Davis spent 5 nights in jail and was later released on September 8th. In her absence, most of her deputy clerks issued same-sex marriage licenses. Despite her time behind bars, though, Davis says she will continue to stand her ground and not issue same-sex marriage licenses. And Austin City Council has approved their final budget for the 2016 fiscal year. The $3.5 billion budget is aimed to reduce property taxes on most homes by about $14. Despite a lower tax rate, Austinites will approximately see a $4 jump in monthly utility fees. The details of the budget include paramedics being dropped from 48 to now 42-hour work weeks, reduce the number of APD officers being sworn in, and a 3% raise to employees who have worked with the City of Austin for over half a year. The budget will go into effect October 1st.
Austin Mayor Steve Adler and State Senator Kirk Watson have teamed up with Austin Community to house homeless veterans by Veterans Day of this year. The plan is to house nearly 200 homeless veterans in the Austin area within the 2 months. Per request of former Austin Mayor Lee Leffwingwell, Adler has created a 3-step plan composed of landlords, service providers, and business owners in order to make the proposal happen. While the plan currently focuses on veterans, Adler could extend the proposal to help all homeless people in Austin if it becomes a success. After more than 40 years in music and memories, Hole in the Wall might be closing its doors. The owner, Will Tanner, and his landlord are having disagreements about renewing Tanner's lease. Journalism professor Wanda Cash has started a petition to declare Hole in the Wall a historical landmark. This petition has already 3,000 signatures.
It is a good time to graduate. Human resource consulting firm Robert Half predicts the average starting salaries for professional roles will rise 4.1% in 2016. The tech sector is projected to see the biggest gains in growth. Half says there is a driving demand for different skill sets and a wage increase is the way to go.
British Airways is bringing its new 787 Dreamliner to North America. Austin will be the first U.S. city to receive the plane. The new Dreamliner is slightly larger than previous models. It features a specially designed first-class cabin, extra storage space, and updated entertainment consoles. British Airways began flying between Austin Bergstrom and London Heathrow in March of last year. The newly designed aircraft will start flights between Austin and London in February 2016.
Still to come, a new program that is helping students get home safely from downtown.
And how UT Athletics is boosting the Austin economy.
All this and more coming up on KVR News.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Some Austin intersections may be more dangerous than others. A new list shows that Slaughter Lane and Menchaca Road is Austin's most unsafe intersection. The Austin Transportation Department said that cost estimates for funding improvements on Slaughter Lane is $1,500,000. Some improvements they plan on doing includes renovations on dual left turns, raised medians, controls. Senior Policy Advisor Ken Craig stated that engineers will study these intersections and use data to determine what needs to be fixed in these areas.
According to a Forbes study, Austin ranks #1 in the hardest drinking city in America, and driving while intoxicated is a cause of growing concern. However, UT student government is taking steps to reduce the numbers of university students driving drunk.
Last year, the University of Texas student government initiated a campus-wide transportation service called UT Safe Ride. This program was put into place to heighten student safety and provide an additional option for returning home.
We can save people from, getting in an accident, from drinking and driving. I think that's very useful.
This program helps reduce the number of drunk drivers.
It's not really a secret that people drunk drive from 6th Street. So we approach Student Services Council about making a drunk driving prevention program.
And it's a simple process for getting a ride.
You have a guy sitting out with a clipboard who will sign you in and give you an estimate of how long it's going to take to get your car back.
UT students coming home from 6th Street can come here to the corner of Sanjack and 8th Street, where they can get into a UT Safe Ride and have it take them home to West Campus or in Riverside.
If it continues to be as successful as it is, hopefully we can get that expanded into North Campus and other areas around Austin that have high student population.
Although the program has run into some financial problems.
The student government has been working with PTS to try and find funding.
But without funding, the future of this program remains unclear.
Now that UT permits alcohol at football games, many wonder whether officers will be taking more precaution. UT PD officer William Piper stated that as of now, they have not had any issues. On game days, UT PD monitors the campus and stadium to make sure everyone is safe. It may be too soon to tell if alcohol sales will influence a difference in behavior. However, UT PD officers are aware of the consequences with alcohol consumption and are prepared to take action if needed. And although the Texas Athletics Economic Report showed a positive impact for the past years, there was another more recent figure that surprised UT sports enthusiasts. At midweek before Saturday's game against Rice, UT Athletics had $15,000 unsold tickets. Many sports analysts called the figure discouraging for a Longhorn home opener. And while that number is likely to change, the final figure of empty seats has not yet been released.
There is a new group of football fans at Texas State University. A section dedicated solely to deaf fans and those fluent in American Sign Language has been added to the Bobcat Stadium. Texas State Communication Studies junior Brian Goulding says he came up with the idea for the deaf section to encourage more fans from the deaf community to come out and enjoy the football games. Together, the section is the first of its kind at the university, seating 1,000 people right at the 35-yard line. Those who qualify for the section even get an exclusive discount for their tickets, usually priced at $25. Fans sitting in the new section will get theirs for $10.
Last week, the first ever economic impact report for Texas athletics showed how much of an economic impact UT Sports has on the state of Texas. Anglo Economics calculated that Texas athletics economic output was at $728 million from 2013 to 2014. It slightly trailed behind Circuit of the Americas, which was totaled an output of $897 million in 2014. Football brought in more than half of the total output for Texas athletics at $467 million during the 2014 season. Well, the past few days have been full of sunny skies and cooler temperatures, but how long will they last?
Our Vivi Castaneda is live in studio with this week's forecast. What does the week look like, Vivi?
It looks like this week is going to be filled with sunshine and a chance of showers. Stay tuned to find out which days might have you wearing some rain boots.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News Tip Line, 475-8181.
Welcome back to KVR News. Today was a bit hot with a nice breeze, and tonight we should expect even cooler temperatures. Tonight you'll see partly cloudy skies with a low of 70 degrees. Tomorrow we can expect some hot temperatures with a high of 92 during the day. But we also have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Wednesday will be partly sunny with a high of 92 and a low of 74. And make sure to keep that umbrella handy because we are expecting a 20% chance of showers. Thursday will have a high of 94 and low in the mid-70s. Friday will be mostly sunny with a high near 94 and low of 74. During the weekend, we can still expect some heat during the day with a high of 94 degrees, but the nights will be fresh with a low of 70. These upcoming days will be filled with heat and we might see some rain, so be sure to keep those rain boots and umbrellas nearby before you head to class. Live in the Weather Center, Viviana Castaneda, KVR News.
Thanks, Vivi. Well, it sure has been great weather for the past few days.
Oh, yes, it has. I sure hope it stays.
Me too.
Well, coming up, College Press Box's Caterina Biancardi will be in studio to talk Longhorn sports after the break. Stay tuned.
Now, KVR News at 9 Sports.
Welcome back to KVR News. Let's look at the highlights from this past weekend's game. The Horns are back at DKR for the strong second season. On the opening drive, freshman Gerard Hurd gets a start under center. He looks to throw, but the pocket quickly collapses, and he makes a dash for it. Hearn breaks for the sideline, but a penalty would only stop him a little. He finds now in the second play, wide receiver Armani Foreman in the end zone for the touchdown. This would be the first touchdown of the season for Texas. Texas now goes up 7-0. Rice now tries to get the running attack going early with Dillard, but is quickly swarmed by Burnt Orange. And they'll try running again in the middle, but you know who stops them? Malik Jefferson. Look at that throw down. One of the biggest disappointments over the past seasons was Jose Johnson, but boy howdy did he look good on special teams. No one could catch the speeding return man as he takes the ball all the way home. Texas is up 14-0, and former Longhorn, you'll see, Kevin Durant is loving it. Rice quarterback Rufus Jackson looks to get Rice offense going as he finds his man for a nice snag. Jackson hands the ball off to Stewart for the QB option. Texas tries to stop Stewart but breaks free for the touchdown. Coach Strong was not a happy camper at halftime. Early in the third quarter, Hurd connects to John Burt for his only catch of the night, but boy howdy did he make it count. 69 yards on the score. Rice would fumble on the ball on their next possession, and Texas would, hop right on top of it. Armante's brother, Deonta Freeman, barrels all the way to the 1-yard line. Deonta gets another shot at the end zone, and this time he brings it. Touchdown, Texas. Both men Freeman brothers were on fire tonight. Fourth quarter now, and Drufus Jackson is quickly surrounded by burnt orange. By some miracle, he escapes and is able to slide his way for a first down. Next play, Jackson hits his man Alaka on the slant for the touchdown. Backup quarterback is now in, and he hits his man Turner with that incredible reach. The Owls' efforts were just a little too late as Texas holds on to a 42-28 victory. And our very own Caden Kennard has more on the story.
After a disappointing season opener, Texas football had many questions to answer. With new play caller Jay Norvell, the main question was, who would play quarterback?
Everyone wanted, Chip, is see something different, and just even, if anything, just change. We just felt like, hey, let's give Gerard a chance. Let's see what he does. He's got so much energy to him. Like, he bounces around and he goes like, come on, guys, you know, and he's always into it. And I knew that was a spark that we needed with our team right now.
Freshman quarterback Gerard Hurd wasn't told he was starting until right before kickoff, and he responded in a big way with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Other freshmen Malik Jefferson and John Burt each had a touchdown apiece. With the team being so young and 1 game before conference play, the question is, can they grow up in time to compete?
The young players, they have so much energy, you know, from Malik to Gerard to Boyd to Houghton Hill. I mean, all those young players, even Bahi, they have a little spunk to them, and that's the way they are every day. That's the way they practice.
The Longhorns had 23 underclassmen see the field, with 17 being freshmen.
You know, after we get this first year under our belt, I really feel like going forward, Texas is going to start heading in the right direction.
Some fans and players are impatient and don't want to wait till next year.
It has to happen now. So the quote I said is going to have to be greatness in a couple of years. It happens now. Everything has to rotate now. We got to get that fluid feeling now so we can be great in the future and we can know what greatness is.
Caden Kennard, College Press Box.
So, Katerina, what are your thoughts heading into this week's game against Cal State?
I'm excited. Texas started off, we're home with the opening win, and the biggest thing that I think will be exciting to see is Gerard Hurd. Will he be able to continue that momentum that he brought out in this win against Rice? So I'm hopeful, and I'd like to see them bring home a W.
Yeah, should be interesting this
Yes,
Saturday.
that's right.
Thank you, Katerina. Our Deanna Gobea is live in studio with your entertainment news. Deanna, what's going on in the celeb sphere?
Miss USA 2015 crowned Jurassic World's dinosaur-sized goofs, and Taylor Swift has bad blood with someone new. All that and more coming up.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Welcome back to KVR News. This summer, we watched Jurassic World become the 3rd highest grossing movie of all time, yet it was far from perfect. The box office hit had a whopping 18 mistakes in the film, the most out of all summer movies released this year, according to Movie Mistakes. The inaccuracies included plot holes, prop settings, continuity errors, along with other small details. Crew equipment was seen in some shots, editing errors that showed in props in different settings, and a teenage boy fixing a 20-year-old vehicle in 20 seconds, just to name a few. A minor mistake was all the soldiers hunting Indominus Rex had the same heartbeat on the EKG. Yet with all the mistakes aside, we should expect a Jurassic World 2. And an ex-radio host from Denver filed a lawsuit against Taylor Swift Thursday, saying he was unfairly fired after being accused of touching the singer's butt during a photo. The alleged incident happened backstage at a meet and greet in June 2013. Swift's publicist said in a statement on Saturday that evidence of the incident was provided to the employer, who had the final decision on his job status. However, it's not all bad news for the style songstress. Swift is among the early Emmy winners. She takes home the award for Original Interactive Program for her Amex Unstage Taylor Swift Experience. She both starred in and executive produced the project, which gave a 360 in-depth look at the making of her Blank Space music video. Well, New York Fashion Week is in full swing, and it's never been better. FTL Moda made dreams come true in the showcase of their Spring 2016 collection. themed Fashion Free from Confine. Madeline Stewart, an Australian teen, made her mark as the second person with Down syndrome to walk during New York Fashion Week. Stewart was one of many disabled models to rock the runway, including Rebecca Marine, who showed off her state-of-the-art prosthetic arm. And a big congratulations to our new Miss America, Betty Cantrell. Sunday night brought the annual competition that features 52 competitors from each of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. Miss Georgia wowed the crowd with an opera performance before proclaiming her dreams to star on Broadway. Our new crowned Miss America ended the 3-year reign of New York's representatives, winning the title. Well, that's all for your entertainment news. Be sure to follow us at KVR ENT for updates throughout the week. Back to you.
Thanks, Deanna. And I'm Cassandra Jaramillo. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.